Deathless is an improvised cinematic narrative with live production, including music and dialogue. There is no script. This story contains violence, disturbing imagery, adult themes, and a darkness which may leave you doubting who you are. Proceed at your own risk.
Shake, shake, shake me awake. Rip me from slumber and fight for me, fight for me. Shake, shake, shake me awake. Rip me from slumber and fight for me, fight for me. Ache, ache, ache for me, babe. Shout from the depths that you want me to stay. Fight for me, fight for me, fight. I want you to fight for me. I want you to fight for me. Shake me away, rip me from slumber and fight for me. I want you to fight for me, for me, babe. They say stand up for the things you can't stand to lose. Despite what my heart can't feel.
We left off at a very specific place last week.
Do you remember what you were feeling?
I do not, actually. Can we remind what happened, like, in the last second? Because there was...
Yes.
We, like, cut away, right?
Yeah.
It was like...
You solved the puzzle of when is a god's true death. And then the doorway revealed itself, and you walked through. And Esteban was the last one to go through the hallway, or through the doorway, right?
Yep.
Okay. When you get to, so it's the same situation as last time. You go through this long, very tight hallway, probably about anyone who's got broad shoulders. You're maybe angling a little bit to get through this hallway. It's a very, very skinny.
Yeah, I'm very tall, so that does help to know that. Thank you.
There you go, Marks.
I feel like you're average height.
Are you though?
Oh. Fucking Christ. Okay. You don't know.
The plant next
because
to you is tall,
it was
though.
what we were talking about in the pre-show, and she got me. I'm so sorry. Okay, when you after you walk through this long hallway, you guys get into yet again another like stone dome room, but this one is completely destroyed. There's no real sign of anything. Like the previous room, you had parchment paper, and the room before that, you had the statues. This one looks like there may have been things inside it, but they've been moved. Perhaps maybe hanging on the walls. There are no lanterns. There are no. There's nothing on the side of the dome for you, but right in the middle, there seems to be a cracked and broken what maybe looks like a glass case that held something inside. It's probably it's like rectangular, almost like the shape of a lighthouse maybe. And it's very thin. There used to be something inside, but it is since cracked and broken, and there is no glass left. What do you do?
When you say like a lighthouse, does that mean it's standing up on end?
Yeah.
Well, all right. It looks like we were too late. I guess we should just turn around and try another room, or the room we came from, or anything else. There's nothing there. We were late.
You don't even want to look at all?
Well, very clearly that was the important thing in the middle of the room, yes?
I wander closer to look at the case. Do I notice anything about it?
Ooh. Let's roll. And if you want to do, you can roll your magic or you can roll your body, which is just regular eyeball observation. It's up to you. But what you get might be different.
Let's do. I actually feel like doing body
Okay.
today.
Yep.
And see. Difficulty?
We'll do 40 for this one. Because you're just using your eyeballs.
Okay. 42.
Oh my God, 42. Okay. Oh, I know exactly what happens here. For a second, when you look at it, you see, because you have the double exposure thing that's happening a little bit as you're moving through these rooms. So you see what it looks like finished and not broken for a moment. So there is colored glass panels, different colors on each side. There are 4 sides total. And there is something in the middle. It's not a light bulb, but it is illuminated. But I don't know if you can really see what that is with this quick moment that it passes and then is gone.
And it's illuminating the inside of the case?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else inside that is illuminated?
Not that you could see. It was very brief.
Okay.
But you did see blue, red, green, and gold panels, like painted glass.
Blue, red, green, gold.
Yep.
Okay. I think upon seeing this, I would like blink and process what I just saw, and then look back at the others. I think we're still moving through layered space. It's almost like there's different versions of the rooms and the things that we're looking at. I thought I saw this case restored, but it was so fast.
And I go up and I look directly at the case and I'm circling it, trying to see if I can see what Cora sees.
You can roll if you'd like.
Yes.
So specific with your words. I'm so proud of you.
I don't know if she rolled body or if she's looking with her eyes or if she used her magic, but I don't know that as, I know that as me, but not as Moog.
Yeah.
So what would you say I would roll?
Well, it's up to you. Do you think Moog would instinctively use his eyes, or because I think you're very specifically trying to see what she could see, right? Which is not necessarily using your eyes, it's using hers. So it sounds like you'd be using magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what would the difficulty be?
40.
55.
55 failure doubles. Man. You definitely see through her eyes, but it's not what you're looking for. So I need to think about like what that looks like. In a way that would hinder you, Moog, which is interesting. Or what is more important to you, where you came from or where you're going?
That is such a difficult question. I think they're both important, but for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of importance?
What do you think Moog would find distracting, or what do you think you would find distracting?
Ooh. Maybe a remnant from my human life,
Yeah.
or some sort of clue for the person I'm looking for.
I was going to say that. Can we do and it's going to require you and Greg working together improv style here. But I like the idea that it's like you didn't remember this, but it's something that you did see and take in. But it's something that is only just now coming up now because he's experiencing it through fresh eyeballs. And it could be something as simple as they had dark hair, or you had seen them the week prior, or something like that, like that kind of level of information that he's able to give to you now. Even though this is a failure doubles, I think this still counts, because even though it's giving you new information, it's information you might find upsetting and distracting to your current situation. So yeah, I think go for it. Take away.
I think I look through Cora's eyes, and I'm immediately hit with this feedback, and I'm launched onto the floor. And I kind of look at her, puzzled a bit.
I kind of lean down and offer a hand just on instinct. Are you okay?
You're looking for someone, I think. Yeah?
My hand falters and I pull it away. What do you mean?
It's very clear. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for someone who destroyed my life. The person who brought me here.
You're very intent.
Wouldn't you be too? If everything you loved was taken away from you by one person?
No, love. I'm trying to prevent that, yeah?
And in a way you do understand.
I suppose I do. Trying not to think too much about it, while at the same time it consumes me.
I just stare at him and nod briefly. That's exactly what it is. I look at the case. Did you see anything? Because for a moment I thought, weirdly it reminded me of a lighthouse. There was a light and glass panels in place, but I obviously didn't get thrown to the ground like you did, so what was different?
Their eyes.
What eyes?
Who are you looking for? Gold, red, green? No. It's all I can see. I pick myself up. And I'm stuck right in this moment, and it's almost as if I could have seen what you see, and I see the gold. Well, I think I see the gold and the green and the red eyes. I look at Cora. Huh. I adjust my sunglasses, realizing the red tint of the mirrors on them. And for a moment, I think of taking them off. but I don't.
You know, the thing about memory is enough time goes by, sometimes it starts fraying around the edges. And if you dream about a memory enough, it's almost like it infects the original. I've seen his eyes in my dreams so many times. I don't think I remember what they actually look like. I'm sometimes worried that even if I do find him, I may not recognize him.
That's interesting. The layers in your memory only clouded by dreams, and yet fraying across the edges. Have you ever considered the fraying might be revealing the true memory?
If it is, it hasn't frayed enough.
What makes you say that?
Because it's different every time. I feel like if it was revealing something true, eventually that true image would stay. And it would be all I'd see.
There's no such thing as a singular true image. It's all differences, and if you combine the differences, you will get the truth. Or maybe the similarities. Or is there a difference?
Like these rooms we're walking through,
Precisely.
these worlds we're traveling.
The same yet different.
You think
Destroyed and intact.
You think if we travel enough, we see enough, the real image will reveal itself?
Maybe.
I look at him and cock my head a little bit to the side. Do you have a dream that visits you more than the others? Do you dream at all?
I would like to roll to see if I could remember a dream or not.
Go for it.
All right. Would it be just a flat D100, do you think, or would it be a stat of some kind?
You can do a flat D100 for funsies because you're rolling for funsies, but if you want to roll magic and something cool happens, then there's possibility I give you something interesting. So it's up to you. But something bad could also happen, so.
Well, yes, I'm well aware of that. I more wish to roll because me as a player, I don't know if
That's why I was like,
Moog dreams or not.
Yeah, you're leaving it up to chance, which I'm totally for. So if you want to just roll a D100, that's okay. But if you want to throw in magic potential, we can do that too.
49.
I think that means, what does that mean to you? Do you think that means you dream? Do androids dream? Oh my God.
I don't know, and that's why I rolled the dice. Let me think. I don't think, but this is...
Okay, hold on. Let's open it up to the table. I love this show for this reason, because we can do this. Do you guys think it's more interesting for him as an improver to be able to dream or not? Does he realize in this moment that he has not been dreaming?
Yeah, I think that seems, because also like a huge part of his character over the last many episodes has been the realization and imagery of like him being a clay person and being made and all of that stuff. So that sounds like it would fuck him up the most, to be honest.
There's also, I don't know if this breaks any canon or anything, but if he does dream, but it's not his dreams, perhaps memories of past incarnations.
Or he does
Or
dream,
from Korra.
but it's all Korra's dreams.
Yo! Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but
That's
he's
fucking
just
sick as hell.
He's an observer. You know, sometimes you have like some control over the dream, but he's just like watching the dream like it's a movie.
Okay, but is it her dreams or is it her fucking life? Like, it's not her dreams, it's her
I
actual
think
life.
it's her dreams. But
You think it's her dreams? Well, because you're Sandman. You're into dreaming. But I'm okay with that because it ties you guys together in a really interesting way. And I think improv-wise, that's very cool. Because you go into dreams, he's dreaming her dreams, and they might find out right now. You know, like he might be like, yeah, I've had a dream. And then, whoop.
I have that dream also.
My vote's for that.
he's been
It's up to
thinking-
Greg, but I think that that's the most interesting one. I agree. I think that's dope as fuck.
Or it's like my dreams are boring. It's me doing laundry.
Yeah.
It's just like her regular life
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it's either that or it's just like her doing things, and he's like, I don't know, but it would have to be, if you're an observer, it would have to be you could never see her face, because then you wouldn't, because you'd know immediately the first time you saw her, you'd be like, oh shit, you're the girl I've been dreaming about, right? So it either has to be from her point of view, or you got it. He's got it. Yeah,
Okay,
he knows.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah! All right.
Of course I dream. Then never as exciting as my life. But I have this dream where I'm living with this young woman. And she could never acknowledges me. Almost as if I'm always looking through glass at her. And she couldn't be bothered with really much of anything except her bird. She must have loved that thing. It would sing its songs, and she would take out a blood bag and just pop it. Just sit there and drink with a straw. No, it wasn't a straw. Was it a spoon? Was it like a pudding? No, that couldn't be. Layers, as you say.
I think I kind of pin him with like a, are you kidding me look?
What?
Have you been talking to the others? About
I
that
mean, I've been
business?
trying. Yes, very, very, very difficult to talk to anyone except you.
You know, it was a serious question, but if you just want to joke about it, then fine.
I'm not joking. That's my. And then, all right. If you don't like that one, there's one where it's the same woman. I can never see her face, but I do very much like the overall aura around her. And she likes to walk through a graveyard. Very much like the one we just came from.
The entire time you two have been talking to each other, I have been kind of like stood a step back, but in between you two, looking. But just listening
Eyes
to the
darting
whole
back and forth.
conversation. And I just say, dreams can be very telling.
What does that mean, Sanderson? Do you think I'm lonely and I have an unrequited love somewhere and I'm just itching for the connection?
My guess would be yes, but
Of course. The barkeep
behind-
would say so.
just behind Stalker is me standing 5 feet away.
You just do the thing where you kind of like tilt sideways and you're like, oh, I would say yes. And this is the moment where everyone realizes you're in a tiny room. And everyone can hear
In a very
everything
small
you're
room.
saying.
You guys are having this intense conversation.
I've laid down on the floor across from Stalker, just listen on my side like this. If we're going this way.
We would be
Yes, well-
eating popcorn if we had it. Just
You say dreams are telling. What these dreams are telling me is that Mook thinks it's funny to joke about how all of this started with us. I don't know.
I mean, that would be funny, yes.
About that, but
What? It's not about you, love. No, your flat was different from the one in my dreams.
yes, but the bird cage, the bird, the graveyard.
As if you're the only woman alive with a bird and has walked a graveyard.
Yes, but what you're describing is exactly what you all have seen.
So then how did he see it?
Like I said, I think one of you told him about it, and now he's making it into a joke.
Princess.
Listen, if you dream and you just want to keep your dream secret, fine, whatever.
No,
No,
one's
those-
dreams are a secret.
I mean, maybe not from you. Have you seen my dreams, Sanderson?
Vaz? Why is he even considering the question? Is that something you can do? Have you seen mine? Oh god.
I think everyone knows what yours are without having to see them.
I don't like how you assume things about me.
I don't
don't
like
even
how
know
you
me.
assume things about me. So there.
Fine.
I look at Cora, and I'm trying in my mind to superimpose the dream with Cora right now.
You do anything to help facilitate this? Like, do you touch her? Do you... What
I'm
are your
circling
three
her.
things? Yeah.
I'm circling her. I'm more focused on the face and the hair, because those have been masked, for lack of a better term, from in my dreams. And like the clothes, those could all be anything, usually dark. And I've seen the dream having a meal, so I assumed kindred already.
Have you ever seen your hands in this dream?
No.
Okay. Then I think this is lovely. I think the apartment that you're seeing, the version, is actually the old lady's version of the apartment. And this dream is from that perspective, the old woman's perspective. And she can occasionally have seen Cora, but Cora could never see her. So that's this dream, and this apartment that you're describing will be that. And so sometimes in this dream, when you look around the apartment, you'll see things that are yours, that you know, the way you know in a dream, oh, that's mine, and you don't even question it. And those are, these old woman's things. And then occasionally you'll see things and go, okay, wait a second. That's her and in her apartment, but, everything's just slightly off. But as you are trying to connect with Cora and kind of, I guess, you want to telepathically send her this dream, and you're focusing really hard on doing that, you're looking at her hair and her face. And it's exactly what Cora just said, where the more you try to remember the dream, the more it can be changed and morph and replace the original version of the dream. But you're experiencing that in real time as you watch these features kind of fill in your memory and become Cora. And you're thinking, oh my God, maybe it was Cora, as you are trying to do this for her. But is there anything that you're doing to assist the lubricating of information from your mind into her mind? You're circling her, but are you doing anything else? Are you touching her? Are you...
if it's from the perspective of the old woman,
Yes.
then I'm going to stop just in front of her, and
Yeah.
I'm going to get myself lower to about that eye level.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that you're in the position and you're kind of like getting into a spot where you have seen in the dream before. Okay. Is
Yes.
anything else to assist?
I'm, yes, there is something else. I want to see if I can phrase this correctly. She had borrowed a bit of my power
Yeah.
episodes ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make a connection with that power and see if like, I don't even know how to say it.
This is exactly how it works. Grooves in the mountain. Grooves in
Yes.
yeah. You're going to
Yeah.
follow a groove that you've already, that's already been established. Absolutely. This
Yes.
is Kingmaker's reference, but yeah, this is exactly how it works. So you're basically feeling around to see if you can find this groove that connected the two of you that allowed her to take your power. And you're going to send this dream through that groove to her. Yes. Okay. Go
Yes.
ahead and roll. Difficulty is going to be 35.
Oof, 88.
Okay, so you rolled a 55 doubles and now you've rolled an 88 doubles?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Greg rolls like he's
Stop
playing
rolling.
goldfish.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
goldfish, rather. It's fucking
Okay, hold
doubles
on
you've been
though.
getting, man.
I think this is crazy. 88 failure right after your 55 failure. I kind of want to allow this connection to happen. But also something has to happen in return. There has to be a cost other than just the sharing of information. Oh, I know what it is. You're going to widen and deepen the groove. It's going to be easier for her to access your power from here.
That's what
that fair?
I was going to suggest.
Yep.
She even gets a bit more.
Yep. So she will get this memory, but she'll get a bit more. And you can share what memory she gets, but it's not a dream. It's an actual experience or a memory, or if you've ever dreamt or thought about, or, with Deadeye or anything like that, anything with your friends where you're kind of like imagining it, she can grab that too. It doesn't have to be an actual experience. It can be a dream, a waking dream in a sense, daydream. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, it is a party at New Year's Eve. And if you're seeing it through my perspective, seems like it's a bit shorter than it should be. You feel maybe you just naturally hunch over. And you see people laughing and having fun and sharing drinks and, all sorts of festivities around you. And they don't really look at you, but you feel as if they are. And you see in the corner someone leaning against the wall. She's sharing a drink, just kind of looking around, keeping to herself a bit, but you're drawn to her. You don't really know why. You find her gorgeous, although you find her gorgeous, but she's not more than average in terms of looks. There's butterflies in your stomach. Oh, you just knocked into someone and spilled their drink. Apologizing profusely, you look up and she's gone. Turn around, you see someone slinking through the back. He's thin. It doesn't matter. It's probably up to no good. Someone offers you a drink and you take it. Someone offers you a bump of something and you take it. And this is where the memory gets fuzzy and the connection ends right there.
So, PB, I think this is the first time I've actually like seen her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll to see if I recognize her?
Yep. You most certainly can.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
Yep.
And
Difficulty 30. 81. Okay. You feel like this individual is familiar, but it's hard for you to tell if that's because it's this memory that's being shared or if it's yours. That's going to be pretty difficult with this memory as part of his 88. I think for this specific thought now, Moog, it's a little muddled for you too as to what details are the same. I think I'd like to take a couple details from her siring and put them in this memory now. And then details from yours now go into hers, and they've kind of confused each other. So I think that the woman at the party, Moog, with the red hair, now has red eyes. And Cora, I think you remember seeing or thinking that you've seen your attacker before, like either at a cafe or at a grocery store. And
I like the idea of seeing him in the same position the woman was, leaning against a wall, holding a drink.
Yes.
But I don't know where.
But you don't know. Yeah. And I think there's a part of you that goes, wait a second, that's real. And this is allowing you to maybe unlock a truth that you didn't even know was accessible to you through this misinformation, this weird blending and sharing of information. It's like you got a puzzle piece that wasn't related to your puzzle, but it caused you to go, wait a fucking second. He did, I did see someone standing like this up against a wall looking at me weird. And this was like weeks before this happened, like that kind of thing, where you can start to kind of maybe get an idea of who this person was that was, kind of stalking you prior to.
Wait, are you saying that by sharing this memory, it's confusing both memories, but we've also gotten truths? Like the woman actually had red eyes and I actually did see him before?
Or more that yours had red eyes and you didn't know that because you couldn't see his face, but you're looking at his predator and seeing she has red eyes and it's from yours, and it's now allowing you to go, wait a second, and if you were to talk to him now, he can't because his memory is going to be confused as well. But when he originally told the story, he told it with she had different eye color. So I think it's allowing you, it doesn't have to be right in this moment. You don't have to have the lightning bulb, but you can if you want, of like, holy shit, I remember now that he had red eyes. And I think I remember seeing somebody at a fucking party against a wall who looked like they had red eyes and I brushed it off because that's not possible or whatever. It must be glint or it must have been a reflection or something like that. But yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what's happening. Your memories of your own instances are getting confused, but there is truth buried in there for both of you.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
And also, you do see his dream, and it is your apartment. He is dreaming of you. He was dreaming of you. And that is true. Holy shit.
There.
Okay,
See? Did that work? Did you?
I think so. It's strange. I don't think I've seen that woman before, but I've seen those eyes before.
What are you talking about? I was trying to... the dream, not your apartment. Yours.
Wait, what? No, I'm trying to sort through all of the whatever you just did sent a lot of imagery. I'm trying to sort through it all. There was that was my apartment, and
No. Yours is different. It was the walls were different and the layout was different.
no, but it was like that before.
What do you mean? Before
We've been walking through this crypt, and there's been 2 versions of each room. My apartment is the same. There was one version, and now there's a new one.
This is going to be a whole thing, isn't it? The entire time. You think you're one place. You have to really look at it.
We were in both places. I thought you knew that.
I'm sorry. I'm new to all of this.
So
I'm
that's
not
all.
experienced multi-dimensional traveler. That's not me.
So then, does that mean that we are in both places right now? I start, like, tapping on the floor.
Speaking of, it wasn't this hard to get out of here, right? It's much harder to get back in.
It is, and there's more. The first time there were trials to overcome and puzzles to do, but nothing like this. Not entire rooms with statues and plates and clocks. All of this is different. It's also hard to tell if we're in both places at once because we seem to be passing through places that exist in more than one world, but we can only see the place one world at a time. Except for moments like just a second ago where I saw that case and I pointed the one that is broken with the broken glass. But for a moment I saw it restored. So maybe that version exists somewhere right now. But we're standing here in this version.
Like the statues of the gods. They were complete
right.
and whole, and then they were in ruins again.
I didn't see the change. I passed out. But when did that change happen? There wasn't water when we entered the room.
But when we
It was
solved
when
the
we
puzzle.
said the names. Say. The first time.
Does this room have water damage?
No, this room does not. It actually looks like more like wind damage.
Well, I would probably have something to do with gods again. Since this seems to be whoever built this. Is their interest.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. Sorry.
I wonder why they built it this way. It feels ancient. Like it existed before. But was it made for us? Should we come back?
It feels like they don't want us to come back.
All
If
this
it was
time,
made for us.
well,
Then-
the coffin room seems to have been made for you, but we've still yet to reach that.
perhaps the coffin room we were put in is not the same coffin room we woke up in.
That seems more likely to me.
All of this traveling and shifting worlds, dimensions, I don't know which it is. And then I look at Moog. The memories and the things shifting, and it's really hard to tell what is true and what is illusion, what is ours, what is not ours. We were brought together for some reason, and what if, and I look at all of them, how do we know we all came from the same world?
Everyone roll, please.
Oh, yes. Or in my case, oh no.
Magic?
Oh, shit.
Yep.
What difficulty?
30, please. It's actually 33, but I don't think you can type that in and have it work.
You
I
can.
can.
All right, let's do it.
35.
You rolled a 35?
Mhm.
29.
Oh,
my
there
God.
are all the rolls.
Every single one of us got otherworldly success.
I got partial,
I'm
but
gonna pee
35.
my
Okay.
pants. What just
That is
happened?
insane.
Am I
That's
alive?
crazy.
Is this real life?
Do you want to know what's crazy too? It goes 35, 29, 20, 16, 12. It counts. It's going down
It
the
counts
whole time.
down?
That's,
Stop. Stop.
Oh my God. Okay.
add them up.
Okay.
Does it make 333? No.
Listen, okay, I'm
Wait,
crazy,
I'm adding
but
them
I'm
up.
not that crazy.
adding
Yes,
them
I
up.
am.
Math.
I'm 100%
Do
that
it.
crazy. Oh my God. Well, shit.
A portal
112.
opens,
Okay.
All right, now divide it until we get 33.
which is almost 111 times 3.
Okay. Here's the deal. That is correct. That is a correct thing that you have hit on. And you all will realize it in this moment. And I don't know how. Because I never expected you all to succeed at this role if this were to ever come up at the same time. But how do you look at each other and know that you're not all from the same place, including Stalker and Cora? You are not from the same place.
None of us are from
None
the
of
same
you
place.
are from the same place. No. I think we went back to your auras in the very beginning. Do you remember that? What colors were you?
Oh God, I do not remember.
Okay.
I'm
Acorn,
sure we took
the
it down in the
magic
notes.
Note taker is checking.
Yeah.
The only time I have
Age.
aura
Yeah.
in my notes is when, with Fox and Bug, they inspect
Yep.
Stalker and Fen and read their auras and appearances,
Yeah.
but we don't have colors.
But we don't
involved
know
in
which
that.
ones. Okay. That's okay. So it's not necessarily the color. It's going to be something inside the aura, like either black flecks or like ash or something like that that's moving along inside the aura that maybe you couldn't see before, but now you can see. But it will tell you that they're not from this, it's not from the same place you are, because everyone else that you look at doesn't have that element in it. It's really hard to be able to train yourself to be able to see that kind of detail in an aura. It's kind of rare. So I can't imagine that this is how you see, but there's something in you that realizes all of a sudden that you guys are not from the same place, and that wherever Esteban may have been, your bar may have never have been there. It's like that kind of realization.
Hold on.
Yes.
Well then, I have questions.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I look at Esteban
Yeah. Okay.
and I say, "But you killed my sire."
I perhaps killed the version I knew. But then where did he go for you?
How many statues again were there in the previous room?
Well, as we all remember, because we were just there.
And
Let's go through all the
sure.
names
It's
one by one.
exactly
yep,
us.
I'm not gonna fucking say a word.
I think it's exactly the amount of coffins there were and people in coffins, right? So
It was. I have to scroll more.
Mm-hmm.
It was 7.
It was more, I
it was
thought.
7. Oh yeah, it was 7.
The
because
map
there was
itself
one
has
that we
7
left.
statues, it looks like,
Mhm.
yeah. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5,
Which
6,
is
7.
Plus the coffin, the extra coffin. We have
Yeah,
no
extra
idea
coffin.
who's in.
7th. Okay, 7
Yeah.
statues.
7 B team members as well.
How do you kill a god?
And all those gods were from different pantheons.
Different pantheon. You make
Different
them
worlds. Culturally.
You pull them away, so no one remembers them.
Well, here's the problem with that. Is I don't know how it was for you, but they made a point to, we weren't exactly gaining followers where I am from. Perhaps my people are a bit less secretive than others, than the Camarilla, but did any of you have worshippers?
I have many worshippers and friends. I'm very well liked. I'll have you know.
No, I'm not talking about.
At least
Think
6,
about
right?
it. Think about.
There's more, I think. No, I killed that one.
This is bigger than the Camarilla. It's bigger than what we thought we were, right?
Well, what I'm saying is, we are not gods who have been taken from their flock.
Not yet. Not
Well,
yet.
You were taken for some reason. You were put in coffins for some reason.
But I
Part of
assume it was the
to
same 3
prevent
people.
us. To prevent us from becoming gods. Nah? And maybe, yes, you could argue it is insane to suppose that we could become gods, right? But what is a god? It is a thing with power. It is a thing with power in which people believe in it until they don't, and then it dies. Why were you taken? Do you know why you were put in those coffins? I do not. I have no idea. I did not commit any crime.
You had a bar. You had influence in your community.
Genau.
Esteban, didn't you say you were opening a new art gallery?
See, there was to be on the day it was to be recognized as a royal gallery of the throne of Hispania. But look, I do not know about all of you. I had a wonderful life. I had some manner of power, you might say, but personally, I have already in a few days felt much more powerful in this place we have gone to than where I am from.
Yes.
Yes, because things work differently here. But what if...
But if you don't want to make someone a god, why go send them to a place where they can act like one?
Perhaps they didn't send us there.
Well, I can tell you, I have experienced the people keeping Gunnar in that coffin for 800 years. they very purposefully put us here, in the place where we can go somewhere else.
But maybe they didn't expect you to get released.
Perhaps this god that must be killed is none of us. Perhaps we are the ones who need to do the killing.
It seems to me everything we just went through in the previous room, the 12 steps of a god's death. In a god's life cycle, there is the miracle and then the ascension and then the worship. What if both of you were in the ascension stage? What if you were about to be worshipped and you were about to become gods and someone wanted to stop it?
But how would they know? Do you know how many kindred barkeeps there are? How many vampires who run art galleries at night?
Well, I'm feeling a little bit offended. I am singular, naturally.
Mine was open during the day as well, but I wouldn't. I just, no windows in parts of it.
How many clever art galleries with no windows and I'm sure mood lighting to accentuate certain things. It's not all that unique. Not yet.
Huh.
Unless...
I'll look at Moog. Are you the Jesus Christ to Korra's God?
Oh, I hope not.
The same build. Hold on, Moog, do this.
I refuse. I refuse. That's a trap. Somehow, some way. Especially with Sanderson over there up. And his steaks. No, thank you. I've already been brought back once, yeah? I don't think I can do it again.
I don't have any nails.
But that's another question, right? Korra, Stalker. Neither of you were put in the coffin. You were told to come and get us out, right? Tipped off. A mission.
Right.
Does that mean that your people, Stalker, are... Does it mean that they are part of this?
I was not sent by my people. Sent by curiosity.
I as well.
How did you come upon the information?
Yes, what sparked your curiosity? I wonder.
Talk about it. Both of us heard about the same rumor in two different places.
From whom?
I don't remember. It was just talk at a bar.
You don't remember?
Try.
Quick, one of you, can you, Moog, do that, memory thing you just did. See if you can get Korra to see it again.
No. I don't think it's gonna work like that.
Warum nicht? Come on, we can do it.
I am not trying the thing I learned from the lady at the bar again. The last time I did that, I was gone for 800 years.
There's also fraying to worry about. Yeah.
Fine, I will do it. I walk over to you. But I need someone to tell me how, because I don't know.
I mean, I just... It happened. I looked at her, I made a connection, and you're great at connections, aren't you? You're a barkeep.
Yes, but I mean, you're the son of God. That's why it worked for you. I'm looking at Esteban now. Can you, what did you do before? You like bit your thumb?
Explain the, it's explain, you take your thumb to drop blood. There is some sort of gesture, right? And then like this. I absolutely remember the gesture.
Yeah, you do. It's
Yeah.
I pull out the vial that I'm wearing, the one that I got from Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's supposed to help me heal.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I tried to do this at one point to like heal someone's memory of something or heal someone's mind.
Oh,
is how I'm thinking of it.
A repair. Yeah.
Repairing.
Mending. Yep.
You know?
Got it.
If it's somewhere tucked away and cut from something, just creating another link.
Constantine, before you do this, let me tell you, well, I'm sure Moog perhaps has not been alive as long as Gunnar, or maybe he has. This can be extremely, extremely unpleasant if it is not done right.
That is fine.
I would not deviate too much from how she had showed it, if anything at all. It's like baking.
All right. I will follow your instruction. Cora. Are you all right with this?
I suppose.
No, really. It's one thing for me to say I'll do it, but are you okay with this?
You don't have to if you don't want to. There is another.
Something that is, I'm coming to realize, is there is truth shared amongst us, even if we come from different places. Whatever you shared with me, Moog, helped me see something I hadn't remembered. If whatever Constantine does now has the same effects, then maybe we'll learn something more. So, yes. Go ahead.
I bite my thumb, and I am holding on to the vial, and I do the gesture. I'm following Esteban's instructions.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your magic stat difficulty, 40. Actually, we'll do 45. Because you are doing, it has been done to you before as well.
Also,
So
remember,
you're following the instruction, plus Esteban succeeded once before, so he's able to, instruct you on it. I think that makes the difficulty easier. Mm-hmm.
She's not alone in there.
Yeah. You still want to do it? Constantine? He brings up a good point.
Damn. That point has hands.
Yeah.
I can try remembering on my own first. See if whatever has happened today has stirred up the thoughts, and I will somehow find
Maybe
it.
you can ask your friend to help you as well.
You could also ask Stalker as well.
I first heard this rumor in a place called Chicago, and it brought me here to New Orleans.
Which is where I heard the rumor.
I find it interesting that no one else took those rumors up the way you two did.
We've been here for some time.
You know what? For the plot, yes, I'm still gonna do it.
Okay. Do you remember
Also,
exactly...
I was going to say,
sorry.
at that thought, I said, what if we both do it at the same time? I said I will
Sauce.
help.
Sounds like a horrible idea.
We'll both do it, just in case, then it is... if there is a fight, it is more of a fair fight.
All
I
right.
do not know if it will be much of a fight. But all right.
I will be stubborn.
Watch out for the teeth.
Let's not make him mad now.
Do you remember exactly what your rumor was, Stalker?
I have it written down.
Yeah. Okay. Wasn't sure if you remembered or if you needed assistance. Okay. Got it. And Cora, do you remember yours?
I also have it written down.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious, because I can come in to assist if you need. But yeah.
I think
okay.
I stand next to Constantine and I slap him on the back lightly and I go, this will be just like the alleyway. We will be fine.
I give you a small smile
Okay, so
and then resume.
both of you roll then. Difficulty.
What was the difficulty
45.
again?
45.
All right.
It's pretty good. That's pretty crazy.
This went
fucking
so
good, dude.
bad for me last time I tried.
Yeah.
The last 2 times I tried. I'm sure it'll be different.
Okay.
Gonna be fine.
36.
Whoa.
9. Here we go.
What?
Okay, the rolls today in the second half. This is ridiculous. Okay, what are you looking for? What are you looking for, Constantine, specifically?
I am looking for the memory of where she heard this rumor and who said it and who they like, what they looked like and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the rumor handy, Cora? Okay. You can go ahead and describe where you heard this rumor and how it, and if there comes a moment where I need to come in with truth details, I will do that. But go ahead and make up whatever you want in terms of where you were.
Is
Yes.
now a good time to say that I lied and I wanted to see something else?
Yes, now is the time to say that. Yeah. Holy shit. What were you looking for?
I want to see if who sired her is in there somewhere.
Is in her memory or...
Her memory.
Holy shit, dude. Okay. We'll handle yours in a second. We're going to start with what Constantine's doing then. Okay. Wow. Holy shit, dude.
She said some very interesting things that have made me very curious.
Yep. Yeah, I figured.
And after seeing, and when she fed from me too, I'm like, my brain's on fire now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Constantine, you are looking for the rumor. Go ahead, Cora. Paint the scene for us, and if I need to come in and correct you, I will.
Okay. I'm just describing it.
Yeah, just however you imagined that you got this information, if you want.
Yeah. I imagine I heard about it shortly after I became caretaker of the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And that was still early on in, I guess, like my role in the community. It really wasn't until that graveyard, and I've mentioned this before, that like I was more accepted in the community, the Hekata community. So around that time, I think I spent time in a certain kindred bar where a lot of Hekata congregate. And I just heard it in passing, someone talking about how there were supposedly kindred buried nearby.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Then I think in this moment, as you are, because you're going for something else, Esteban, so you're not going to experience this. It's just Constantine and Cora that are experiencing this. You're in the bar. You're familiar. So you're also feeling some of what Cora felt too. Is just this feeling of familiarity. You kind of finally get accepted. She's feeling a little bit like an outsider. There's something that she really wants, and she's willing to do almost anything to get it. Part of that is getting well established in this community for some reason. It's important to her, not because she wants to be part of the community, but there's something that she's looking for. And it's, so you're feeling a little bit of that. And then you see your sire on the other side of the bar. He looks directly at you, opens his mouth with a missing tongue, mouths something, and then Cora overhears this rumor. No one ever actually said it. She thinks she hears somebody talking about it. And
I have chills.
Yeah, you both experience that in this moment.
My sire.
Mm-hmm. Yours, Constantine.
Without a tongue.
Without a tongue, that's correct. He never spoke to you, correct?
No.
Yeah.
I think probably you would feel, Cora, like a huge, strange wave of elation from me. Like a torrent of adoration and elation and like joy with mixed in with a bit of confusion. But it's very intense. I like to think that Constantine has feelings on like times 1000 all the time. So yeah, that's crazy. Okay, that's really crazy. I pull out of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And immediately as Constantine is kind of removing himself, you rolled a 9. So I think you're in, you access the information that you need immediately, and then it's over. But right as that ends, Cora, you're kind of still pulled back in by what Esteban is looking for. You are looking for any information on who sired her, correct?
I want to see what they look like. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's in there. If it's not, like it
Yep.
could be blocked or something like that. So.
Yep. I think the nature of this spell is pretty horrific. So I hate to do this to you again, but
No,
I think that I think you would experience the night of her attack, the night she got sired.
awesome.
And I'm sorry, but like
That's okay.
That's
I built a character who can
Yep.
who is used to that shit.
Yeah.
So let's go.
No. This is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Because the last time we had
Yep.
an interaction with the dream sequence,
Yeah.
Cora was able to pull you back, and you got like vague emotional echoes of
Yeah,
it. You
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
actually experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I
yeah.
think you would actually be experiencing it. But what
But I
I'm
never experienced my own. So.
I
Well,
know.
I did, but I don't remember. I have no memory of that.
I know. That's why I'm trying to see if this is a moment like Moog where you're able to remember yours a bit with this experience. So I'm
36.
I'm gonna say, well, it's yeah. I'm gonna say that as she is describing as little as you like, Acorn, as she describes this to you and what you kind of experience, you can take a detail or two and unlock that of your own experience.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it.
So if he's searching for this visual information of what my sire looks like,
Yeah.
I think he would find himself back in that memory that I've mentioned before, but this time would be seeing it in full detail. It's just past dusk, and you're at a carnival, a festival of some kind. So there's bright lights and laughter and the smell of food and performers and people in fantastical costumes and just a lot of people walking around and enjoying the night. And if you're experiencing it from my perspective, I would be feeling extremely happy and optimistic and just enjoying the evening. And my attention would keep getting pulled down to my hand where there's a ring, because I had just gotten engaged and was still riding the high of that proposal. And my fiance and my family are nearby. I think my fiance just walked away to get something for us. And so I'm standing there taking in the evening when I'm approached by a man. And I think this is where there's probably a cutout or a blur or something. PB, if you want to step in
Yep.
at any point.
Yep, I can. I think you did such a good job of describing this without explicit details in like the first episode or one of those earlier episodes. So I don't think we need to do that again. We kind of know what happens. Esteban, obviously it's not fucking pleasant. She's going to be sired without her consent, and from that moment on everything changes. But what I also just realized is you saw Gunner's memory, all of it in explicit detail, and you saw two people that you recognized putting him in and out of the coffin, but you didn't recognize the third. This is the third person that was dealing with Gunner, is the same person that approached her at the festival. You could, if you wanted to, describe him in great detail to her, but I think you also know that she has blocked out what he looks like. You can see it clear as day.
Person?
Yes. There was a third person, correct?
I thought it was a woman. It's two women.
That's right. You did think it was a woman.
You sent a picture.
Yes, I did. And do you remember how I was like, take notes because I'm going to be fucking with your memory? This is one of those moments.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was a Spanish woman.
Yeah.
I would have to go back and look at the picture, but
yeah,
her hair was, darker skin.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
She had a red dress.
Yep. And I have the male version of this character. Please hold. I will send it to you.
Fuck up.
Yeah. So you see a Spanish man. It's very similar features.
It's clear. It's like
very
you would
clear.
think they were twins or something.
Absolutely.
Right?
Related somehow, for sure. But like I said, it you can see it because you're experiencing it there unfiltered, because that's part of the ability of this spell.
Yeah.
But it's also clear to you that she doesn't remember what he looks like. It's like her mind is protecting her from that. So it's up to you if you want to share that with her.
Yeah. Esteban would probably see the man approach, some sort of blur, and then really just from there, the context is he says something persuasive and gets her to the edge of the festival and then into the woods nearby or whatever is out of light, and that's when the encounter happens. So in her memory, all that she really sees is that cut between the light festival and this dark space and his eyes gleaming out of the darkness. That's really all that she remembers of him.
Yeah. And you, Esteban, with your otherworldly success, your role, it is, in Vampire the Masquerade terms, it's domination magic that is used on her to get her to follow him out into the woods.
I think I've always assumed that I don't remember it, and I'm aware that that is a thing that can be done. So I'm assuming, I always assume that was done to me. At what point does it end? Like, like after
can end
after the attack.
You can end it because of your
I'm
success.
gonna sit there and fucking stare at this person as like while I'm being horrified and stuff, but I'm not gonna be able to stop looking at them.
Okay. What do you remember, if anything, from when you were sired?
Now?
Yeah.
As of this?
Yeah.
I remember being at a big, like a gala, and everyone's dressed up. It was a big deal for me. I'd been to them before, but this was like a new chapter was starting in my life. I ascended to it like a new social level, and I think I remember following someone through a door and the sound of the door closing behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something, the reason I think it's still able to stand out, it was because it wasn't the first time. Like a door closing behind me was the sign that something really fucking terrible that I don't want to happen is about to happen to me.
Yeah.
I remember red clothing.
I was just going to say
it was a
red
dress.
It was a dress. It was a red dress
I
for
think
sure.
it was a
and
dress.
Dark hair. Yeah.
And dark hair. And all that's kind of a blur together, like a painting, like just kind of sort of like the way when I would look at myself in the mirror before, what you'd see just like someone put a thumb over the wet paint.
Yeah.
And I think when in this memory, when the person's done feeding at me and like stops to if they look, would he look at her afterwards?
No.
I think I'm waiting to see him turn around. Like I'm lingering in there, and then when he doesn't,
he just walks away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything else to add.
Am I seeing?
Yeah, unfortunately, the nature of this spell would be that you are able to. I don't think he's prepared enough or knows the spell well enough to block it. So I think that you are experiencing this as well. Again, I don't think you saw the face of your attacker because, you've blocked it out. But you'll see the face of his attacker. And I'll
so
send
he
you a
sees
picture.
mine.
Yeah,
I see his.
Yeah. And I'll send you a picture here in just a second. But it is a
kind of
Spanish woman. She's got long dark hair. She's wearing a red dress. And there are similar tones here. When she's done feeding, she gets up and walks away and leaves him there, and doesn't look back.
Mm-hmm.
And this
kind of am like
lasts a little bit longer.
It,
yeah. So Constantine, you've been
out of breath
finished
again,
for a second,
and
then
like,
they both. Yep.
I'm rubbing my neck a bit. I'm assuming that's where he attacked. Or maybe that's where I was attacked at the very least.
I look at Cora. Did you see it too? A man.
I think if you looked at me, my eyes would be a little too wide. And when I talk, my voice is shaky and unsteady. Saw which part?
I turn to the group. I just kind of look around. The person that gave you the rumor was my sire.
How?
I don't know.
It wasn't until this moment that I realized it. And I just stop and like my face kind of shuts down because of the magnitude of everything.
I kind of regain my composure, but and I walk over to Cora. I think I put my hand on her, on the side on her shoulder, and I say, what was his name? Your fiance. Mine was Teresa. Then the night I saw her was the last time I saw her. Until I found her grave nearly 60 years later. It was when I finally gathered the courage to visit her grave. I'm very sorry this person has done this to you.
I didn't realize. I'm sorry too. And his name was Daniel.
And it is not much comfort when you lose everything, I know this, but I know that you are not alone in this happening to you. It has been a long time since I have felt otherwise.
I nod kind of helplessly. It's just that ever since that night, I have been alone. It has been unending loneliness. Even my community just barely tolerated me. I don't believe what they believe about the dead. Because of what happened to me, I don't want to command and dominate spirits like they do. It wasn't until I got the graveyard and my own home that I finally felt some semblance of peace. It's why I haven't really been forthcoming since all of this happened, because well, Kindred have only really treated me one way. I just assumed it would be the same with you all. I didn't realize how much our pasts were shared.
Kind of take an unnecessary breath, a deep one, a habit I've never been able to break, and kind of squeeze her shoulder a little bit. Now, you can do whatever you like and create whatever world for yourself you wish. Now that we know the faces of those who have done this to us. These are the same people. This was the final one, the face I saw from Gunnar's memory, whoever held him in the coffin. I saw a woman. But in your memory, they were a man. But the eyes are the same.
What are you saying?
I do not know. And now I hear that the sire of Constantine I thought I had killed was around to spread rumors to you.
In that memory, I see it now. He didn't have a tongue. Would that not mean it was the same person?
Perhaps. Perhaps he was brought back.
My face has gone ashen after witnessing this conversation. And I turn to Esteban. Can you do it to me? I do not remember very much. But mine was Peter. And he died. He had an illness. Something that was untreatable. Could that, could it not be what I know? If everything is as connected and organized as it seems to be, did they take him from me?
I think it can only see what you have seen. We believe you were there.
I grab the front of his jacket and I fall to my knees in front of him. Bitte. Please. I need to know. Bitte, God.
I look at Esteban.
I put my hand on Constantine's head.
Were we made? Is that what this is? Made? Created? Everything? our joy, our pain? Was it all designed? Is it not mine? Did I not earn it?
You did. The joy you felt was real, and it was yours. The pain and loss, that's the part that was made by them. If you think there is something to see, I will do it with you, Esteban. That spell, whatever it is you just did.
Is there something to see in your memory that has been taken from you, Constantine?
I do not know, but you can have it all. Take it. I open the doors to you. I trust you both.
We've learned so much. I'm afraid of it all breaking right in front of us. But at the same time, everything we've learned has been so invaluable. What if there's more?
Maybe this is how we do it. Maybe they never counted on us. Sharing ourselves with each other.
Were you kindred when you lost your Peter?
No. But it was not 3 months until I was found by my sire in a bar in Nightmare. I do not remember those months because I was drunk. He was my son. The light. And I never wanted to see it again. And my wish was granted.
Constantine remembers the face of his sire, but I didn't realize until we shared this that I had seen his face too, buried in my memories. Are we to do this, Esteban?
We need to know what we are looking for.
You can look for the memories of Peter dwindling. His death. And then when I was approached in the bar, I do not remember much. I was sired outside in an alley, and he raised me for a month or so, I think. took care of me, brought me to strength. I thought he made me to be his companion. And I offered myself to him because I could not be alone. And then he left.
While Constantine's saying this, I'm doing the gesture in Cora's palm, so she, like, over and over again, so she gets it. And then after that, you put the blood on your thumb into your mouth.
Okay. I follow the instructions and do as he explained.
Both of you roll for me. Difficulty can actually go straight up to 50. 50-50 shot. Not only have you just done this, but you have opened a pathway, and Constantine's doors are wide open. Esteban,
37.
37. Cora,
79.
79. Yeah, okay. Cora, do me a favor and do one more roll, difficulty 30. For something else, but related. I figured. Okay.
43.
Okay. Narratively, that just made sense, so I assumed the roll would pass. Okay, so... what exactly are you looking for, Esteban? When you go in here this time?
I'm looking for the moment. I'm looking for when... I want to say when Constantine is sired, but it's like the guy couldn't talk. Like, what am I going to hear?
Yeah.
I'm looking for the moment he was sired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you see exactly that. And, Mergs, I will definitely let you describe what he sees. I think it's up to you whether you re-experience this, but it can be similar to Cora where you've kind of blocked it out, but he's able to see all the details.
Yeah. I would like to say that I have had a very positive feeling about my turning and my this whole time.
The reality is different.
I think the reality is different.
I agree.
And I do not remember it because I blocked it out.
Yeah. Cora, you will experience some of this, and then partway through something else is going to happen. But go ahead so you can experience this first part.
So I stink of alcohol. I stink of the smell of a human body. It's so pungent. I am stumbling through the streets, trying to find a bar that will take me in, because I've been kicked out of almost every single one of them by now. I find one in a part of town that I've never deigned to enter at this point in my life. It's a rough, sort of seedy one, very small. And I stumble in, and I take note of the fact that there's quite a handsome looking man at the bar with silver hair, and he looks rakish and kind of decadent, and I find that strange, and I'm attracted to him, and I feel fucking horrible about it because the love of my life just died. And so I ask for alcohol, and they give it to me. And I just keep asking for it. And at some point, I'm just begging for oblivion I do not want to be here. But I'm too cowardly to do anything about it. And I don't really want to leave this guy's side for some reason. He's not speaking to me and I'm not speaking to him. But then everything starts to blur. And he's carrying me out of the bar. You know, and I'll help you get home kind of way. And then the next thing I know, I'm in an alley and I'm confused. And then he bites me. And I am equal parts horrified, terrified, and exhilarated. And that is the worst part of it. I feel alive for the first time in 3 months, and I don't deserve it. Yeah, that's what I recall.
All right, Esteban, you will experience that to the fullest.
Question.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Question.
Yes.
But afterwards,
Yes.
he doesn't just leave you there, right?
No, he took me to his home, what I presumed was his home.
Mm-hmm.
And then he nursed me. I was bedridden for a while, and he took care of me.
Would I recognize the home?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do. Yep. You do.
Okay.
I can give you more if you're going down that. If it continues past that, I can give you the moment my sire left. But
oh, the last time you saw him.
Yeah, I
The
was going to
last
say.
time.
I don't know if
how far do you follow?
I wouldn't know if I would
Yeah.
look for that. Well, I mean, if I could stay in there, I'd keep looking because
Yeah.
I want to find something out
You
that can help
can-
us.
Yeah.
do anything. That's really I'm
But-
wide open for it. Yeah.
Okay, if I don't, just as how it works is I can stay in there and
Yeah.
just keep going,
Yeah,
I'm
you did
scanning for
You
something,
did a success,
and
absolutely.
he's that open.
So
Okay.
you would kind of be following that memory all the way through. You can't really scan or fast forward. You have to stay
Right.
committed and go through, which
I
is
mean,
fine.
I've gone through 800
Yep.
years. I could do
Yep.
a month.
You
Yeah.
could do a month, yeah. So, you go through that experience. Constantine remembers it as him, coming on to his sire and then his sire rejecting him and leaving and never being seen again. But instantly the day that memory starts.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because you recognize what he was wearing. The weather outside, everything. This is the day you killed him. And that's why he never came back, Constantine. And if you want to, Esteban, share that piece, you may, but you don't have to because you succeeded.
Well, but Constantine's experiencing this stuff as I'm doing
Yes.
it already, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's your choice. You can do what,
I think I've already said he
Yeah.
didn't come back because I killed him, so
Yeah,
it's not something I'm
Yeah.
going
So,
to be precious about. Yeah.
okay. Well, in that case, then I guess what I'm asking is, would you give him this gift? Because it is a gift. Because he thinks he thinks his sire was no, and then left and never spoke to him again, right? But you
Yeah,
kill,
no,
you
I
kill him
would-
outside
I
his
would-
fucking apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't hide any of it.
Then-
On some levels, I'm discovering now.
Yeah.
I guess Esteban thinks that because he doesn't, everyone should remember how they were turned. It's it's like a right.
Yeah. Then I think this is the moment where things change for you, Cora. I think you've actually experienced all of this up until this point. And then something else is going to happen to you right here as Esteban switches into sharing openly his memory. And I think, you know, your sire leaves and it blends into him being outside watching the apartment. And as your sire leaves the apartment, and then Esteban then approaches, and do you want to...
I'm going to cut it off at that point. I'm not going to make him sit through me torturing him.
Okay, yeah. But you do see Esteban recognizing him and then, you know, going for him. And Cora, what happens to you is you are suddenly trapped in a small space. You cannot move. You are looking around, but there is no light whatsoever. There's no sound. And then you hear Ishna's desperate laughter as he shares a memory with you.
Oh, I remember this now. It feels good to get what you want. This would have worked, but you misunderstood time. You watched centuries slip through your fingers like sand, and yet you still can't comprehend what it means to wait. Time is nothing. Time is dust, and I've been here longer than you could ever understand. I have waited for millennia, buried in places you can't even imagine, forgotten by history itself. Time is nothing. It's less than nothing to me. It's something I watch, something I play with. I have seen forever, and it didn't even blink back. Oh. Someone's coming, aren't they? They think they're looking for you, but they don't even know that you're here. They won't. They will feel me, not you. You are already a memory, fading, forgotten, still here, but you don't matter anymore. You never did.
With absolute clarity, Cora, you know Ishna was trapped in the body of Constantine's sire, and he is waiting in that coffin. That is who Ishna hated. So when that face comes up, Ishna comes in and takes over. That same man tricked somehow and trapped Ishna into himself and has been trapped in that coffin. A couple episodes ago, we said there are two versions of people in that coffin.
Oh,
there's Hill.
Fuck.
This is the other one.
Who was the first one?
Gunnar's lover.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. Hild is in it. And the other...
Oh, that was the last thing. Before Gunnar died, Ishna goes, oh, here's a present.
Yeah.
You were sleeping next to your love of your life for 800 years and you had no idea. And you left before you opened the casket.
Yeah. And now Ishna shares with you that Constantine's sire, and who Esteban thought he had killed, sits in the coffin in that void space. And Ishna was trapped there for however long.
Alive? Is he still alive in the coffin? Like the rest of them?
Oh yeah. And Ishna takes joy in that fact.
And this is something only I see?
Only you see that part, yeah. You fail to see the whole thing, but then your partial success is Ishna giving you this.
I think I would
Holy
be
shit.
just stunned
Yeah.
with this information and would probably just like weakly say, Esteban, I don't think you killed him.
But sadly, I think that is clear.
No, I mean, you may have killed a version of him. I don't yet grasp how this works, but I think I know who's in the last coffin.
What? What are you saying?
It's your sire. He's the last person in the coffin. In the crypt. Some version of him.
Did you find out if they killed Peter? Or no? Is there anything?
Not that I saw.
Yeah, okay.
If you say he died of a sickness, as far as I perceived, that seems to be the case. We see repetitions of all of these faces, these jailers of ours. But at least around Peter's death and your siring, I only saw your sire. No other faces lurking in the shadows.
So then why did they want him dead all of a sudden?
Maybe it was an opportunity. Maybe his dying was the thread that broke and cut you loose to fall into all of this.
I'm almost sorry it isn't more information.
We still learned something, though. Esteban, you, whatever that moment was you shared with Gunnar, you said you saw 3 faces. They were, all 3 of those faces were responsible for putting Gunnar and keeping Gunnar in the coffin, including Constantine's sire.
Yes, who is the second one after this woman? This vile woman stopped. They would open it up and put another one of his tattoos on his arm.
Was it actually him, though?
It looks like the same man that I have known, so, but I'm not sure what that means at this point.
Then, between that time, when he opened Gunnar's coffin, and the time when you all woke up, something happened. It seems that perhaps one of the jailers became one of the jailed.
I want to know his crime.
I do as well.
Thank you both. Vielen Dank. I'm grateful.
I am too.
I would like to put my hand on both of their shoulders, and I would like to give them the feeling of safety for a moment.
Go ahead and roll for me. Difficulty 40.
$13.
Jeez. Okay. The way that you've described this power before has never been that they will feel Constantine's version of safety. It's whatever they would find comforting.
Yeah.
I think because of the situation, I think that's something that maybe deep down you would have found the most comforting. Sometimes it's not always comforting the moment that it is received. So correct me if this would not be comforting for either of you, but I'm imagining that it is maybe the smell of your fiance or, like your partner, just something like that, of a happier time, obviously, before they were taken from you. For just a moment, you feel like that security and that safety that you felt back then, before all of this began.
A reprieve.
Yeah.
In the darkness.
And
Mine.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say mine is I hear kind of like, I guess it sounds far off, but it's a bunch of people singing very poorly together.
Yeah, and I think mine is similar to what you said, PB, the feeling of being in the arms of my fiance, cheek pressed against his chest, hearing his heartbeat, and the warmth of his arms around me.
From this moment forward, you will have a 5 shift on any rolls dealing with each other. 3 of you. Write it down because I'll forget. And I think that's where we end today's session. Holy shit. Where's my buttons?
Quick, use the discount Harry Potter wand.
I'm feeling low again. They said I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Oh, I'm feeling low again. They said I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat.
So, you're, Sandman, are you like the Sandman, or is that just like a nickname, or Do you think that's going okay over there? In each other's mind? Any thoughts at all?
No.